Story 1. TLDR, wife left the family. Doesn't want anything. Hard to process. Don't know where to begin. On September 11, 2021, my wife, married March 2016, just celebrated 5th Ann, went missing. 9 a.m. She said she was going to Target to get some toilet paper and some soda. 1:45 p.m. About 4 hours later, her phone off. I began to get real concerned that she didn't return. She called me and said she went to a different Target about an hour away and brought a coworker with her to have a girls' day. I was initially upset as we had plans as a family that day. 5:30 p.m. Wife texts me and says she will be at her coworker's house grilling food and having a girls' day and that she just needs a break from family life on her weekend off. September 12, 2021. Wife doesn't show up, so I filed a missing persons report. I give information to the police, and they return a few hours later. They inform me that her coworker was never with my wife, and that she is probably with another man, likely infidelity involved. September 13, 2021. 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Every negative thought coursed through my veins. I hate breaching security on devices, but I thought something bad happened to her. I thought everything from self-destruction, taken advantage of, trading, down to infidelity. I went on her email, and in the trash can was a deleted message to a background search service. I went to the website and looked at her search history. She looked up one person's name and paid to look at the background. Then I looked at her phone records and found the same phone number that called in regular intervals. 2 months before this disappearance, my wife would come home from work, second shift, as a CNA and would normally appear at 10:40 p.m. at home like clockwork. Over time, she began to show up later, not enough for me to notice at first though. One night, she showed up at midnight. She said she was with coworkers in the parking lot just talking about the shift they just finished. Another time, she wanted to go to a church event about an hour away. They normally end around 10 p.m. I got a call from her at 1:30 a.m. and she said she just met a girl from the city and was talking to her and witnessing to her about her testimony. We are active Christians in our church. She made a suggestion to stay at a hotel with this girl, as she was worried about sleeping on the road. She made it home, at about 3:30 a.m. Back to the phone records. Every time I grew a little suspicious about her absences, there was the same phone number calling her, ingoing or outgoing. The durations were usually about 30 to 50 minutes. Something did not sit well with me. So, I called the number. It was about 4 a.m. He answered half asleep. I asked, "Is underscore there? Who is this?" "This is underscore's husband. Can I talk to her? She's passed out drunk, and can't really talk. What's going on?" I proceeded to explain what was happening. He told me that my wife lied to him and she said she was divorced. She told him I cheated on her and left the kids and her abandoned. He told me she is on her way. She actually drove back, cars in my name, and met our pastors and me at our house. I had accountability with her. I was scared to rage at my cheating spouse. We talked about what happened. She did not have any remorse. She gaslighted me for having a relationship in my past that she was never able to forgive me for, occurred before we dated. We met several times that week, and I calmly tried to figure out why she did this. I decided to call this guy back. He told me what seemed to be the truth. They met on Facebook dating in July, the same week we were active in a church outreach. Since they started talking, she would skip work and call in sick. She would pretend to go to work to spend time with this guy. He would drive an hour out of his way just to see her on her lunch/dinner breaks. I wanted the truth, but felt I couldn't get it out of her. I went on her Snapchat, didn't know she had one, and found photos saved I would never want anyone to see of their spouse. I saw photos of them, covered in blanket, in bed together. Timestamp September 11 at 11:30 a.m. There were other pictures of her doing inappropriate things on him with clothes on, and numerous photos of them kissing and spending time together. The timestamps on these photos suggest they spend time together maybe once or twice a week, and the phone logs suggest he called her daily. She sent him a snap on August 5 of her stomach, In scrub uniform with the text that read, "It's starting to grow, I'm getting scared." Since they started talking, my wife and kids and I went on family trips camping, went to the drive-in theaters, went out to eat, went shopping, and everything seemed joyful without any disarray. And then I find out she had a secret life for 2 months, sleeping with another man. Also, she has been drinking and driving. She has video snaps of her smoking meds in my car, that she drives. She just moved out. After I tried to see if there's any way we could save the marriage, I naturally was so upset, that I didn't want to. But I take vows seriously. And if something was wrong mentally with her, I would be willing to seek healing with her to uncover what happened in her. She decided to leave me and the kids. She wants her firearms, but I did not let her have them. She stated in counseling that she is scared of hurting us if she stays. Years of domestic offense that was never reported on, her being the mugger. I haven't heard from her in days, and her employer keeps calling her wondering why she isn't showing up to work. It appears to me that she started a new life with this guy. I gave her the only things she wanted, her social and birth certificate. She gave me the keys. We just financed a new truck, beginning of September, for her cleaning business that she was operating in the mornings. I am not working as I do the admin for her business, and I prepare taxes in the winter/spring. Right now, I am not working. I have 2 kids. We have a truck that is not affordable. She stated she wants nothing to do with our kids. There is virtually no daycare in our town that is available. I am pretty certain divorce is imminent, but I can't stomach going to file the paperwork or how to start. I've been trying to process what seems like a nightmare. Sorry for your loss, but your marriage and family have been changed irretrievably by her actions. Probably ended, by her choice. You cannot take her back, and in her state you cannot trust her around you or your kids. You need to file for divorce ASAP. Get yourself tested for STIs, and I'm sorry, but those kids need DNA tested as well. You cannot believe or trust her or anything she says or does or anything she said or did. I'm so sorry to read your story, and it's a heartbreaker. But you have to act now for your kids and yourself. Stay strong. Don't reconcile. You know in your heart that no one who can treat their own children this way deserves any consideration. Thank you. Appreciate the advice. I'm so sorry you are going through this. That was honestly a tough read for me. Take time for yourself to grieve and tend to your trauma. Divorce papers can be filed at a later time. Sending prayers and love your way. Appreciate it. My heart breaks for you and your children. Take time to get yourself together. If you have to move closer to family, if they can help you out, get cash out of accounts she has access to before she empties them. Not business ones, of course. You think she is pregnant with this guy's baby? Deserting her kids with you just to have more with this guy? I emptied the joint into my personal. She seems not worried about having zero cash. That's good, so at least you have money for a bit. A few months worth. As far as the business one, guessing she is giving that up as well. I would close out the books for that and make sure you get paid for your time. Then let the account just sit. Unless it was in both your names. Still do above, but reach out to customers to let them know that you're longer in business. I have thought of rebranding and keeping the clients and possibly doing the cleanings myself. But I just don't know yet. Line of credit was in her name. Business checking was as well, but she put those funds in joint personal before she left. It's all sitting in my sole personal now. She was sole proprietor, so it isn't so messy. But she will have to pay back startup expenses. I'm just wondering how I would get back the car she is driving that is in my name, only. She has the keys to it. I'm sure this is a big jolt to you. Gather yourself and take care of the kids as they need you at this time more. Move ahead just like she did. If needed to change your town, do that so no memories of her. Find a place with daycare or try and get a work from home job. Your life has better things ahead. So move ahead. All the best. Thank you. Very encouraging words. I appreciate it. I agree with all the commenters here. You gotta take time to heal, but it would be much better to move on with divorce. Do it sooner than later. Then get her to sign over parental rights and get her on child support. Your wife has shown she's not going to be a reliable partner. Talk to a lawyer, seek full custody, child support and alimony. Stay strong by OP. Try getting them into therapy so they have a professional to help them with the shock and the sense of abandonment. Wish you all the best OP. Worldwide comments of the day, then he should ask his friends to chip in and find a place. Everybody has compassion for other people's money. Azalea is so wrong. OP bought everything the cheater owned, technically everything she was using was his. If X didn't want to be homeless, she could have gotten a job within those couple of months she was sitting on her bottom for free in his place. She ducked up and is paying the consequences for it. Funny how as soon as the female is the sufferer of their own actions it's called sociopathy, but when the roles are reversed it's that good for nothing deserved it. One commenter is right, he didn't love her anymore as that love vanished as soon as she cheated. He has no obligation to someone he doesn't love. What the commenters don't seem to understand, it was all his stuff and they talk about her stuff and help her out. What he has done to begin with. Man, they are delusional. Azalea is especially good in gaslighting. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.